Mike Jolly flew in from California he's the inventor of the Iron Neck.
Yeah.
He flew in from California, did a great podcast with me. I think people will probably be listening to this first. But he's real passionate about, he invented that to prevent, he lost 2 friends to CTE, and he's got other friends that are in jail that played in the NFL and suffered a lot of brain injuries, and started doing more research and realized strengthening your neck can actually, you can't say it, you could guarantee it's going to prevent head injuries, but having a big strong neck could reduce your chances of having a concussion, injuring your head, and then long-term brain damage effects, etc. So, and that is something, it's not as fun to talk about. People love hearing how you got your arms bigger, how you got your abs. Maybe not as many people are into neck training, but to me, that stands out as another thing. We've always done it. I've worked with a lot of football players, so I know the importance of it. But this year we certainly, stepped it up even a little bit more, with the help of that Iron Neck thing is one of the most innovative, I think, best pieces of equipment I've ever seen. But in your line of work too, it's not only a big strong neck looks great, you look badass, you look strong, but just to protect yourself, that's super important, because neck injuries in your line of work are just as prevalent as anything.
Yeah, let's just there's a lot of science and speculation and everything else around all the head stuff, but let's just back up to neck injury.
Yeah.
The best way to prevent any of that, in my career, I've trained my neck my entire career. At some point in time in a physical business like ours, you're going to land on your neck. You're going to land on your neck wrong. And even if it's just repetitive over the years, the physicality of it on your neck is strong. So, having a strong neck's important. And I've always looked for better ways to train it and different things to do it, because it's one of those neglected, to your point. It's not like biceps or they give you better abs. Most people don't go I love my neck bigger. That's just that. So, but the Iron Neck thing, when we first got turned on to that and we started to look at it and the science of it, and that's something I've been fascinated, is the science of that. It really struck to me that they put a lot of effort and energy into the training it on every facet of motion and the way your neck would function. When you think about the 360 degrees of that your neck operates under, and everything, the stresses and all the different things, just from a stabilizing standpoint of holding your head on straight, right? It's amazing. And to see what this thing does and how it stabilizes and the different planes of motion that it works your neck in. And I can tell you, for me firsthand, just from years of what I have done in my career, you always got a stiff neck. It's just a part of the deal, and it's tight and stiff and it's sore, and you try to keep your mobility up. And even though I've trained it, it's always been a factor. And probably the best my neck has felt in years is shortly after we started using Iron Neck. And I sound like now I'm on the promotional use the cuffs and then get the neck thing, but I wouldn't say it if it's not true. Nobody's paying me to say it. Nobody's anything. It just is a product I used. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying, for me, it worked. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, I wrestled for the first time in a year. And, getting ready for Mania, I wanted to get back in the ring. I did some tag matches. I wrestled in a ring in a warehouse to loosen up for a couple of days first. So I was banged up from that. You were here training me. You saw it. And then I did those days on the road. No issues with my neck. It was tight every day. But in my mind, I almost couldn't wait. Like when I would train in the warehouse and I'd be all jacked up in the car coming back, and I'd think, I can't wait to get home and put that Iron Neck thing on and work it out.
Yes.
And get that out, and it would immediately feel better. The range of motion, the loosening up of the muscles, and I'm telling you, it made a huge difference for me. I'm really looking forward to being able to put in a 3 or a 6 month run with this thing of doing it 3-4 times a week and really see what happens, because it's made a tremendous difference. And we've been using it for what, maybe
just a couple weeks, maybe a month,
maybe a
couple
month.
Weeks. Yeah. I noticed an immediate difference too. I've been living with pain in the left side of my neck and just not being able to turn to the left. And it's just like, it's funny, like you said, you just go, I played football my whole life. That's what most guys who lift and play sports can't move their neck. It's just like the look that you have. But Mike he kind of put me through the ringer, very like high tempo, high speed workout with the iron neck, and I couldn't believe my range. Like it's crazy, because usually you associate getting a pump with not being able to move temporarily, but I was actually I got this huge pump that felt like it started from the inside out, like every little muscle around my spine, but I was able to move better, and that pain for the first time in like 2 years was gone. Yeah,
well, and again, for me, I was talking about that pain in my shoulder, my neck area. Before that was preventing me with the that we were needing to use the cuffs on. That's something that Derlin Castro, my ART guy, and Cairo, but he works on it. It's like an every week thing, right? And he's constantly trying to get my neck to calm down on that one side. And as soon as we started using the iron neck, he was like, man, this thing is really calming down now. All of a sudden it's made a big difference, and like he sees that difference. He can feel it. He can see it. He can see the nerve, how the nerve is responding to everything. Yep. It's made a huge difference.